friends, this is Jazz bringing you another For Better or For Worse vlog. This time around I'm going to be doing the comics from October 8th, 1982 / October 7th, 2001 and May 20th, 1994. And the first one that I am going to is Michael's asking Ellie if Lawrence can eat over for lunch, right? Or can eat over for lunch, right? And she's just debating, right? And Michael keeps saying, please, please, please. And Ellie finally gives in, saying, oh, all right, Lawrence, would you like to stay for supper? And Lawrence says, what are you having? In other words, Michael keeps begging to have his friend over, and finally when she gives in, Lawrence just has this childlike mind, thinking, depends what you're having whether I'll stay over. So all this time, they were begging, only to Lawrence not being so sure. And that is typical child, right? That typical child wants to stay with his friends for supper, but they're still precautious because they don't know what supper is going to be. So if it's something they don't like, they can just take back their begging. I just love how Lynn portrays kids being kids. And I will always love that. Strip, then, is, again, from May 20th, 1994, right? 94, yeah. And the comic goes, John's asking, what are you sewing? And Ellie replies, a pair of shorts. It's Elizabeth's home ec project. And then John just keeps ranting on, saying, honey, Elizabeth gets marked on the work she does. She should do her own project. But Ellie's feeling so bad and saying, but she's having such a hard time with it, John. Then John keeps going on with his rant. Well, that's all part of learning, isn't it? People who have things done for them never learn how to solve problems for themselves. And he finishes his whole rant on doing things for himself by saying, by the way, I need a couple of buttons on this shirt. John, didn't you just finish saying Elizabeth should do things for herself, only to call and ask, would Ellie sew buttons on his shirt for him? John, you'll never learn unless you do it yourself. That's one of those contradicting type of scenarios where someone's all blah, 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 only to, turn around and they're, blah, 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 like you never went and said anything else. That is, Lynn knows how to portray certain situations and make it really funny. John Patterson has always been that way, trying to show his own way is right, only to fall back on his way, fall back into another way. He tries to act like the one of reason, only to not do something himself. He's trying to encourage Elizabeth to do her own thing, her own work, or do stuff for herself, only to be a big kid himself. John, again, before you go not trashing, he's not even doing that. Before you go judging your daughter, how about you know whether you can do that yourself? I mean, I'm trying to think of what is a good example. I mean, some of you may know, but, I mean, don't judge others unless you're perfect, right? And pretty much him and Elizabeth are on the same boat there. Not saying Elizabeth should not get off her butt and do her assignments herself. I'm just saying John shouldn't have been the one to say she should do it. Because he doesn't fix his own clothes. I mean, he says that it's learning, trying to do it herself. Where, how about he learns to use the sewing machine. I mean, he could ask Ellie to help him learn. That's all fine. But he shouldn't be asking her to do that process for him. Right? We're doing the whole thing for him. He should at least learn from it. But anyway, that's it for this strip, folks. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.